It has been 12 episodes since House Party, where Screech gets a girlfriend in one Violet Bickerstaff. I mean, it's been so long that Zack has to waste precious screen time reintroducing the couple.
Here they are, Bayside's own love connection, Violet and Screech.
Two things of note. One, we've seen Zack framed this way before when introducing his peers after getting their grades. Here, Zack is introducing the school's hot couples. And two, if Zack is the only person coming through those doors with a blue long-sleeved shirt, whose effing arm is that? And once again, it's time to play Spot That Party of Five Heartthrob Scott Wolf. There he is. And now for some plot.
Hey guys, we're going bowling after school. You want to come?
Oh, thanks, Zack. Bad Glee Club rehearsal. Oh, you guys should join.
Hard no. But also, what's a Glee Club?
Glee literally means glee.
That didn't help. Any other clues for me?
Glee, it's a feeling you get when your brain finally lets your heart get in its pants. Glee!
Thank you, Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Still a hard no.
And besides, the Glee Club's for geeks.
But our crew changes their tune when they learn that they can win a trip to Hawaii if they win All City.
Then it's straight on to sectionals, and then a week later is semis, then semi-regionals, then regional semis.
Settle down, Mr. Rad. It's gonna be an uphill battle. The Glee Club is led by the great Mr. Tuttle, who has to prove to Mr. Belding that the kids are worth putting in the competition.
If I needed to be nagged, I'd call your wife.
That's a pretty solid burn, but you've gotta be able to back it up.
Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. When Johnny comes marching home again.
Oh, and they're doing a round. What is it with these kids and being bad at music when teachers are around?
Keep playing, my little wunderkind. I'll be right back.
So if Mr. Tuttle goes away, will they stop sounding like this?
Enough!
The group sounds hopeless, and Mr. Belding gives Tuttle 48 hours to stop sucking, or else he's pulling Bayside from the competition. Now, I've got two things to address in this scene. First off, Party of Five's heartthrob Scott Wolf is singing with the altos, which is fine, but it seems that he doesn't know all the lyrics and just starts mouthing near the end of this cut. It kind of gives off Garth Algar vibes.
Anyone can see.
Also, Lisa sneezes and Jessie flips out because she does not want to get sick. So, you know that's going to be a huge plot point. That night, Zack and Screech try to come up with some scheme to sound better. Violet calls and invites them out to the Cal State Glee Club concert. Zack likes this idea and busts out his Walkman, that is kept in his boxer's drawer. My fellow older people are familiar with Walkmans, but let me give some background for the younger generation just discovering this time capsule of a show. Prior to the 80s, music was contained on analog cassette tapes. If you wanted to take your music with you, well, you had to carry around a large set of speakers called a boombox.
It's called a ghetto blaster.
You had to purchase Mad D batteries to keep the tunes flowing, and it looked as awesome as you'd think. But in the early 80s, only the talented street dancers and pathetic Lloyd Dobblers of the world failed to switch over to Sony's Walkman, a device that let a person carry their tunes in a far more compact manner. Suddenly, music wasn't freely blaring from speakers, but confined to a person's own head. One of the features of this incredible little device was the ability to record audio onto a cassette tape. Like maybe the Cal State Glee Club? The audio quality was never great, but you'd never know when Zack pumps the music through his boombox.
Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in.
What is up with this show and this song?
Oh, and the saints
The scheme works very well. I mean, even Party of Five Heartthrob Scott Wolf looks like he knows all the lyrics.
My goodness, you sound like a completely different Glee Club.
Boom! Mr. Belding is fooled, but Mr. Tuttle is not. No bother. He's just excited to have more time to get the group singing like they've never sung before.
Well, that's good, Mr. Tuttle, because we've never sung before.
Shut your friggin' mouth, you friggin' turd. Hot Sunday was legit and everyone friggin' knows it. The plan is to highlight the best singer and hide the rest. Kelly?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Well, you got all the words right.
How dare you? Kelly was an important member of Hot Sunday and can do more than just get all the words right.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone.
Oh, right. The Hot Sunday thing was the anomaly. Kelly is bad at singing. How about Jessie, another member of Hot Sunday? Oh, right. We have that plot point where Jessie's afraid of catching Lisa's cold, despite Jessie sitting like 2 feet away from Lisa. This plot point, am I right? Lisa, our last eligible Hot Sunday member, is clearly off the hook because of her cold.
And besides, the Glee Club's for geeks.
She sounded fine there. All she does is sneeze here. And no talking here. I guess the show really bought into the tell, don't show method of production. Violet's up, and she knocks it out of the park. But she's shy. In a hallway we have never seen before, Screech comforts her and Violet agrees to do the solo. It's very sweet. Then Violet invites Screech to meet her rich, stuffy parents.
Oh, they want you to come to dinner Saturday night.
Huh?
Screech doesn't know how to act around rich people.
We'll help you.
Yeah, we'll teach you everything you need to know to fit right in.
What the? Lisa sounds just fine here. And Jessie's not wearing her mask. Is Lisa sick or not? Regardless, Slater offers some advice to Screech.
Has anyone ever told you you look very much like, and then name some big movie star? Moms always fall for that one.
Is that why you told my mother she looks like Candace Bergen?
So, I guess hello, Mrs. Spano. Hey, Screech, how'd the date go on Saturday?
Mrs. Bickerstaff, has anyone ever told you that you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, it didn't go great. And the fallout? Violet quits the Glee Club. So what's up to Jessie?
You want to bet? I caught Lisa's cold. Sorry.
2 things here. If Lisa is better, why can't she be the soloist? She was also in Hot Sunday. 2, I'm willing to forgive this dumb Lisa is sick plotline, but I can't forgive what she's wearing here. What are those? Having effed up at dinner, and with Violet quitting, Screech is convinced that Violet hates him. But this plot point is very short-lived. The girls find Violet crying in the bathroom, probably because she's in Belding's pooping stall, and they tell her how Screech is feeling. She rushes to make things right, so that suspense is over.
Samuel, after you left last night.
What? The dinner was Saturday night. Are they at school on a Sunday? Perhaps her lover's lament has been so deep that she lost all concept of time. The reality is that Violet's parents hated Screech and forbade her from seeing him. She quit the Glee Club because being so close to Screech would just be too painful. So Screech offers to quit.
Oh, Samuel, I couldn't perform in public without you behind me.
I don't have to be standing on the bleachers to be behind you. I'll always be behind you.
Dude, forget Zack and Kelly. This is the show's best couple. Alright, competition time! Screech gifts Violet a flower, and of course her a-hole parents show up to make a stink. See? You got Violet walking away from the stage! Mr. Tuttle is informed that Violet is missing, and Kelly runs to check Mr. Belding's stinky stall. But how to do our own stalling?
Time out.
Some Time Lord wizardry is afoot. Zack runs the Cal State tape backstage to... What the H? How's Screech not frozen? Are Zack's powers selective? Is the rest of the world unfrozen and it's just the auditorium folks who are affected? Could some outsider accidentally stumble on a group that Zack kept frozen? I have so many questions. But we are back to the old scheme where Screech plays the tape while the Glee Club lip syncs. It does not go well this time.
That was our
impression of a Glee Club tuning up.
Fortunately, Violet shows up and haltingly begins the song. But things go south pretty quickly until BOOM! Screech saves the show.
Christmas time!
Oh, Screech is in this? I'm only half joking with this Britta scene. She comes out to save the Glee Club Christmas show and is obviously the worst. Screech comes out to save Violet in their Glee Club performance, and he is obviously the worst.
Sounds of the rude world.
I point this out for one reason. Screech was tasked with using his own voice, while Violet's voice was provided by a singer off stage. That's right, the person making this noise is not making this noise.
Starlight and dewdrops.
This clear as a bell voice belongs to Roanne Mark, who made her living in SoCal jazz clubs. She is also featured in a couple albums and did this Saved by the Bell thing as a quick week-long gig. And I've got to credit SBTB Anniversary for apparently having the only photo of Roanne anywhere. Alright, so with Screech's gallantry and Rowan's borrowed singing ability, there is something to clap about.
Glee!
Even more noteworthy, the Bickerstaffs loved Screech's actions, and Violet can start seeing him again. Aww. Shut up, Dustin Diamond. As ridiculous as this episode is, Screech and Violet make for a very sweet pair. The show could use more of this. Violet was played by Tori Spelling, the daughter of mega TV producer Aaron Spelling. At this time, Tori was already starring in Beverly Hills 90210, so to make this very sweet episode happen, she had to be written out of an episode of 90210. Based on an amazing earlier rap, you already know that Tori Spelling was in Troop Beverly Hills. Many of her other credits include TV movies and one-off appearances in TV shows like Parker Lewis Can't Lose, TJ Hooker, and Smallville. She also voiced Pirate Princess in Captain Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Aside from her on-screen appearances, Tori is also a successful writer, though I can't say that I'm a fan of some of those puns. It should also be noted that Tori did end up using her real voice for a singing competition as the Unicorn in the first season of The Masked Singer, but she came in 8th. And for you Violet fans, don't worry, she'll be back. Who won't be back? Her a-hole parents. Mrs. Bickerstaff was played by Katie Layman. She had decent stints in the shows Another World and Heartland, but the rest of her on-screen time went to one-offs in sitcoms or to TV movies, like The Positively True Adventures of the Alleged Texas Cheerleader Murdering Mom. Remember that movie clip from Say Anything from earlier? Yeah, she was in that movie too. Mr. Bickerstaff was played by Parker Whitman. He had small parts in some pretty big movies, including appearances in 18 Again, Total Recall, and, Beach Balls? With some one-offs in TV shows like Murder, She Wrote, Roseanne, and Sequest 2032, it seems like it's genetic for these Bickerstaffs to make me say one-offs when talking about TV appearances.
So these are frog's legs? If I eat them, will I get warts?